Hey guys, Roadrunner here with Mama Zena, the prettiest girl in the world. Alright, so last night, right before I fell asleep, when I was doing that last video, I mentioned I was gonna do a video on why we dumpster dive. A lot of people, both on YouTube, through Facebook, in person, why do you dumpster dive? Aren't you scared of the germs? Aren't you scared of getting sick? Blah, blah, blah. You see, I've mentioned this before in some older videos, probably when me and Zena were in Kentucky. Um, this nation is the most spoiled, wasteful nation on the planet. And that's sad. That's really saying something. This is supposed to be a prosperous nation, yet we throw so much stuff out because, again, everybody's so, what's that word? I guess self-righteous. I don't know. I'm in a lack of words right now. I'm literally just waking up. Yet, when we throw away these foods and these other supplies that we need, there's, a homeless person or a struggling family who needs that stuff. But because of how society is, I guess, structured in a way to say, because of how society is structured, if they see anybody digging in a dumpster, regardless of what reason it is, law enforcement gets called out. You're basically shunned if the people who caught you know who you are. Everybody looks at you differently. I'm very fortunate because my mother allows the dumpster diving. I mean, obviously she really can't say anything, but, she doesn't give me hell for it. Actually, she encourages it, to be honest. I dumpster dive because I do it both out of fun and necessity. I do it out of fun because I love finding all this stuff that I never thought I would actually have or even have the money for, and I can actually resell. As y'all know, I do yard sales and I do stuff through Facebook, and I get to resell a lot of that stuff. But then also the necessity part of it comes in with the food and the dog food and the drinking and the clothing and stuff like that. As I mentioned in an old video about 3-4 weeks ago, when the pandemic hit and we had came back down from Jefferson, I think it was right after me and Crazy Cooter did our train ride from here to Cleveland or whatever. When when I came back, I think it was a month later after that train ride, I ended up putting that out on Facebook through the county webpage or the county Facebook page, letting everybody know, I have an excess amount of food and clothing and all this other stuff, hygiene stuff, and if any family out there needs, food and clothing and whatnot, let me know, and I will personally come to you and bring you what you need. But I only have so much stuff. So, and most of that stuff came from dumpster diving. So, that's one of the reasons why I love dumpster diving. Because I feel like not only am I helping myself out, I'm helping out a lot of other people. That ad, I was able to help out 7 different families. Aaron helped me out with at least 2 or 3 of those families to get stuff to them. But, to me, I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but sometimes when I'm dumpster diving and I find all that stuff, I feel ashamed to, I don't know, either to say I'm an American because supposedly we're the most prosperous country or the prosperous nation on the planet, or ashamed of my town for allowing, people to throw resources away. And people are like, well, okay, if that's the case, then what's your solution? My solution to something like the wastefulness of resources, I saw this out west back in 2016 right before my train accident, where there's a community out there where they all came together. They all bought this piece of land right in the middle of town. I don't remember what town this was, but they had bought this piece of land, and instead of throwing, food and clothing and stuff like that away or whatever, they would come to what basically would be a gazebo looking thing, and they had these tables that were cemented into the ground, and they would there's be signs that says free for, take what you need, stuff like that. They would put the stuff on the table, and then people could come by and take what they need, and I ended up gathering a lot of gear from there, blankets and clothing and stuff like that. My solution, really, for my area, because it's different everywhere, there's a YouTuber I watch. I think her name is, Hey It's Kathy, or Just Me Kathy, something like that. I can't remember. She's a really nice dumpster diver. She goes to all these places like I do. She'll grab all the food and the clothing and stuff like that. And I don't know where she lives, but one second. Anyways, I don't know where she lives, but where she lives, she has a community pantry, like right next to a business or something. And all the food in that pantry comes from her, from the dumpsters and such. So my idea, and I've seen these in person too, like in Denton or whatever, where I'm getting the plans drawn out, where I want to have a 4-shelf looking little pantry. I want to say little, it's probably about the size of me, maybe a couple more shelves of food and such out here at the rink, maybe outside or somewhere on property that my mother owns. I'm currently in talks with her about it, see if we can get something like that going. I could build it myself, me and Aaron can build it. And then another shelf looking thing, I guess you could say, would be for like miscellaneous items like clothing, batteries, hygienic stuff, just soap, whatever I could think of that can go in there would go in there. I think really there should be no excuse for why these families who need the supplies they need, and of course we got Salvation Army too, but the problem is, and I can say this from first-hand experience, that Salvation Army, especially the one here in Lufkin, really doesn't help. And I'm not saying this as somebody who needs it, I'm saying this as somebody who has worked with them as a volunteer. Passing the clothes out, passing the food out, getting things people needed inside the building or whatever. But the problem is, and we're talking about a Salvation Army with a very big warehouse in the back, when they get donations, we were instructed to go through all the clothing, and if the clothing had even just a little smudge, dirt or whatever that could be washed out, we were told to throw it away, to throw it in the dumpster. And that's stupid, because they have the money to get, washers and dryers and stuff like that. They just won't do it. And actually, now that I think about it, they actually do have washer and dryers over in the gym area. Again, they just won't wash these clothes that could be sold or donated. And then to make it even worse, and this is as of a couple months ago, if you get caught out in the dumpster, they will yell at you to leave. And it's crazy, because I figured, they know who I am, they ain't gonna say anything. They told me to leave too, and that's shameful, because there's stuff in that dumpster that I needed, and there's stuff in there I know that other people needed. So yeah, that's the main reason why I dumpster dive, is necessity and fun, the fun aspect of it. Being able to sell the stuff to other people and shit like that. Anyways, I'm gonna go get ready. Oh, now think about it. Yesterday we ended up getting a new mountain bike for $130, and for that $130, not only did we get a brand new mountain bike with good tires, good everything, it came with a spare tire, another hand pump, came with, God, what else? It came with a baby trailer, to haul your little child in. and I used that last night to bring home a lot of that stuff y'all saw from the last video. It also came with a smartphone carrier, I guess, to put on your handlebars. And what else did it come with? Trying to think. Came with a new lock. I think that's just about it. Yeah, so we got a new bike. Yes! Finally a bike that works. Alright, I'll see y'all in the next video.